Well, we can probe deeper into this story because we're joined by Su-Sha Wei, Assistant Researcher from the China Institute of International Studies. Good to have you with us again. So this is getting into the headlines once more. We've had the US, as we know, conducting its secret surveillance on China for a long time. But last week we had that big story, of course, with the US Department of Justice indicting 5 Chinese military officers for hacking into American companies to steal trade secrets. So this report that we've just been hearing about, what kind of message is China sending to the US by publishing this report hard on the heels of what happened last week?
Well, I suppose the first thing China wants the United States to know is that China attaches great importance to cybersecurity. On one hand, we does not accept the accusation made by the United States, and the other hand is that we will strengthen our strengths to defend our security, especially in the cyberspace. So you will see follow-up movements from Chinese perspective. And another signal, I suppose, is that we cannot just look at this case from the cyber perspective. This means more for the bilateral relationship, why the United States proposed the accusation at this time, and why the United States accused the 5 military officers from China. Well, I suppose this reflects that something is going wrong in the bilateral relationship between China and the US. As you may know, since China and the US has been talking a lot to build a new type of relationship, we have witnessed the progress but also problems. And this point reflects that the United States may feel dissatisfactory about China's behavior to promote the relationship. But from China's perspective, we believe that we sit in the equal positions. We should exchange ideas with each other. We should respect each other. So there's no need to use cybersecurity as a tool to punish China or to make China make compromise in other issues. So that is the basic for the bilateral relationship to go in a good way.
And when we think of this problem, we think of the US National Security Agency contractor Edward Snowden, and after he revealed so many details about US surveillance, the US seemed to go a little bit quiet on this, and perhaps Barack Obama has been constantly whitewashing spying activities. Do you see this as some kind of double standard?
Well, I like the word whitewashing. This means that the United States is like to divide the activities in the cyber field. On one hand, the United States said that spying, espionage may be acceptable for a country. On the other hand, the commercial spying is not acceptable. But you know that I don't believe there's a clear sign or a division between the two definition. Well, they are combined with each other together. The U.S. wanted to divide it because they want to cover or beautify their activities for spying in other countries, including the leaders' phones. And on the other hand, they utilize the commercial spying as an excuse to criticize, accuse other countries. So that is what we're talking about the double standard. So I don't believe that is a good way to resolve the problem. As you may know, cybersecurity is an international issue. There's no country in the world that can resolve this problem and defend their security by their own. So in this context, we need to work together. That is why China and other countries, including Russia and other developing countries, ask for the international community to have an international standard on this point. So we will see how the United Nations and other international organizations will do next.
All right, many thanks, Su-Sha Wei, for your analysis. Now let's